Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nexus, and we are doing an unboxing and a review of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So, here we go! Just kidding, we'll see just now. We're actually gonna unbox it for you, and that's part of why we're here. We got Rob back with his beard, with the beard, I got my beard, and we have Keegan with his beard, because we are the bearded brothers who do unboxings and reviews.
I'm adopted.
Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to start the unboxing. Rob and Keegan are going to take us through what they thought of the game. Take it away. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. How was it?
First things first is I came into the game not expecting to like it whatsoever. I honestly felt like the lack of traditional campaign was going to be a thing that was going to drive me away from the game, especially since I'm a fan of the Black Ops titles before that. What ended up happening is I found myself falling in love with the multiplayer aspect of the thing, especially the gameplay.
That's cool.
The part I liked the most was Capture the Zone, which involves a limited amount of lives and a decent amount of teamwork. So basically what you have to do is think of it as a team deathmatch, but you actually play as a team instead of sitting there and trying to get as many kills. I'm going to get killed by a box now. So as I was saying, Capture the Zone is my favorite mode for the fact that everyone gets to play as a team instead of playing individually. It's about not just taking your skill as a person and going forward. It's about going and working together as a team, flanking as a team. You can't go 1v5 in a situation where it involves everyone in a small circle. And that is the kind of gameplay from the Call of Duty I prefer. That harkens back to the Modern Warfare series where it's more focused on that team play than just going buck wild with some knives and stuff like that. I don't know why people do that anymore.
The Blackout, everyone's favorite game mode at the moment. How have they done it in Call of Duty this time around?
Surprisingly, it took me forever to find a match. One thing I noticed in Blackout is that it has all the traditional Call of Duty weapons from the multiplayer game. It's just you have to find the attachments and everything to it. So think of it as a first-person polished PUBG. I know a lot of people keep referencing as that, but that's essentially what it is.
So obviously we are talking about Call of Duty, but I mean Blackout is basically created around that PUBG format.
It's typical battle royale.
You say when you could actually find a match, it was actually much better than PUBG or what we've had so far in terms of battle royale modes.
Oh yeah, hands down, much better than any other battle royale right now, currently. I mean, it's not as wacky or insane as Fortnite, but its sense of realism and the way the world works as a map is just for moons better.
We would just like to show you the sexy posters.
The sexy posters that you get.
These are the posters for each of the zombie modes that will be available. There's four zombie modes, eh?
Yes, but classified as season pass only.
Yeah.
So
these are basically the different time periods that you'll be playing with in the zombies. So how was the zombies, by the way, that they've redone now? Is it better, worse?
So I think in order to explain zombies to you, I'd have to go through the three maps because they're completely three different experiences. So you have IX, which is a literal walk through the past because it's a blend of different times and mythologies coming together. You got your Egyptian, Norse, Celtic mythologies. They're all just mashed in.
And do they focus on any one in particular, or?
No, it's essentially a, how do you say, equal footing of sorts, where you have your Scepter of Ra, but you also have your chakra charms. Everything is just meshed together to make this one zombie experience.
And in terms of like gameplay for the zombies, anything changed there mechanically?
It feels a lot more arcadey, and I'll put it to the Doom kind of play because every gun just feels like you're running and gunning in a difference to the multiplayer, which has more of an anchored feel to it. So the guns do feel a lot less weighty. Reloads do feel typically longer, but it's all for that arcade sense of feel.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Sorry guys, we got a 1,000-piece puzzle in here. So Call of Duty Zombies, 10 years, 1,000-piece puzzle, which looks just awesome. I mean, if you're into puzzle building, I think this would be a lot of fun to put together.
Go straight up into the most controversial thing, no single player. So yes, they've opted for the zombies to have a bit more of a campaign feel to it compared to last time, but I mean, no single player, did you miss it at all?
There is one mode in particular that made me miss single player campaigns, which was the Specialist HQ. I went through all the cinematics and they were so well polished. Like Treyarch did such a good job, hands out to you guys. But simultaneously, I want to know, why didn't you just build a campaign around it?
you say otherwise, aside from the Specialist HQ, don't really miss the storyline that
Yeah,
much.
once you start delving into the multiplayer and other games like Capture the Zone, Team Deathmatch, they're so fast-paced, you don't really see yourself wanting the single-player campaign, and if you do crave a storyline cinematic, you generally go through the zombies, because the Specialist HQ is just a tutorial. So you'll find yourself in the zombies.
Oh, hello.
What?
No wonder they call it a mystery box.
Okay, I mean, seriously, what the hell?
How many
Like-
people is that made out of?
Oh, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And guys underneath.
Oh, geez, you got oh my word, the detail on this box is amazing. Oh, very nice
that's
box.
very,
Well put together.
very, very, very nice done.
Very well. Oh, geez, look at this. Call of Duty Zombies official comic #1
Mine.
comes in the box.
We're
Which
gonna
is pretty
fight
freaking
afterwards
awesome.
for the stuff. I feel like it's only fair that for a Battle Royale game, we just fight over it, and the last person who survives.
In the spirit of Call of Duty, in the spirit of Black Ops.
Exactly.
You also get a Call of Duty Black Ops hot pocket for your phone, and just in case you wanted something to put your game in, you can take it out of that box, slap it into the steel case, which is amazing. Also, you get 4 characters,
Oh, that's cool.
which is pretty great. I mean,
That's
I remember,
awesome.
You know what?
is
This is really cool.
This is from the Voyage of Despair. Yes.
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 And these are
So-
figure pins.
Yes.
They're called figure pins or fig pin.
For me, this is the most interesting game mode in Black Ops 4. Talk to us a little bit about Voyage of Despair.
Yeah, Voyage of Despair, as many should know, is the Titanic mode, which obviously goes through the sinking Titanic. But what makes it more interesting is how they encompass the story and the art stuff. So it's
with zombies.
obviously with zombies. There is a teleporter. Yes.
Like zombie teleporter.
Not a zombie, it's just a teleporter.
Oh, okay.
So
Alright.
you start off on the one side of the Titanic, the least sunken side, so the top part of, picture James Cameron's film, it's that part. And then
You are here.
yes, like,
Yes.
there we go. So you walk down that thing while killing zombies and you buy your way through, essentially. And then you get to this red teleporting portal. And that was pretty much the only difference that was in the other, not in the other modes. Because then it does this thing where you turn into a ball of smoke and you start going around every single zombie area.
There's the third mode, which is, I think, Blood.
Blood of the Dead.
Blood of the Dead,
Oh
yes.
yes, that was personally one of my favorites.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I know they never really spoke much about
Yeah.
it, but it involves Alcatraz.
It kind of gave off a bit of a Left 4 Dead feeling more than the other 2 modes.
Not necessarily. I'd say more IX is Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
But Blood of the Dead is the most story-driven aspect of the zombie modes. If you played Black Ops 3 or if you played any of the other ones, you know exactly where the story's from because it's somewhat of a reboot from it, but a nice little twist to the reboot.
Have they just revived these maps for all of the
In
all of the modes?
multiplayer, I've noticed a few Black Ops 2 maps, but I wouldn't call them just a remake. I would say it's been somewhat built from the ground up, but in a familiar way for old fans. So, okay. That is cool.
That is super cool.
That is amazing.
As you can see, there's nice little blue lights and zombie screens for you.
And show the eyeballs. Look at the eyeballs.
Oh, that is so cool.
And the eyeballs glow.
I mean, come on.
Who doesn't want a box that
Who
screams
doesn't
at
want
me?
this box?
Exactly. I've always wanted a box that screams at me maliciously.
So, okay, so when you close, you close it, and
Nothing.
it goes,
Then there's absolutely
right?
nothing.
Nothing's happening. And then, when you want to open it, dead of night.
That's so cool.
Okay, so just, sorry to interrupt, just to bring it back to reality. This box, this mystery box, goes for about $3,000. And just based on what we've seen in here, looking at all of this good stuff, I mean, you got your posters, you got your cool 1,000 piece Simon Bisley art puzzle, you've got the game, obviously, you got your steel box, all the goodies that come in here. It is totally worth it. Totally freaking worth it. Hey, besides the mystery box being absolutely worth the price, is Call of Duty Black Ops 4 everything Treyarch and Activision hoped it would be?
I feel like it's done that and more, to be honest. Because they called it out to be a multiplayer game that everyone is going to play, and the sales figures kind of tell you exactly what that means.
So our 4 categories, here we go. The first one, as a noob factor, as somebody who's not played Call of Duty Black Ops before, how would you rate this game?
3.5.
3.5?
3.5.
That tells me what? That tells me that it's a bit difficult to get into.
There's quite a skill gap that needs to be overcome, but once you're there, you're solid.
How addictive is Call of Duty Black Ops 4?
4 stars.
4 stars? Rob, you there?
4 stars.
4
Yep.
stars?
Yep.
It's that
Definitely.
addictive, you want to just play and play and play?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yep. So it's got that, like, again, it really has that extremely can't put the controller down multiplayer experience. Like,
Is this an authentic Black Ops game?
I'd give it a 4 as well. It is a very authentic. It's pretty much the legacy of Black Ops put together in a new package for the fans. Yeah. So love letter to the fans. That's basically what I can call it.
Visually, what are we scoring this game at?
A 4. 4.
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
Definite 4. So it doesn't reinvent anything from 3. 3 was a little while ago, so obviously there's going to be some lighting touch-ups and a few little graphical changes to hair and things like that. I mean, it doesn't really reinvent any graphical wheel here, but it again plays to its strengths. It does what it needs to do well.
So if we put all those scores together and we come up with our overall score, we here at the Nexus are going to score Call of Duty Black Ops as a solid 4 out of 5. So if you're out there and you play these games and you're a fan of Black Ops, go get yourself a copy. Go get it now. This game is hot. If you've got the money, get yourself the mystery box because it does this.
Oh, yeah.
So guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll have some more good stuff coming your way pretty soon. Keep it locked on to the nexushub.co.za. And from Rob, Keegan, and myself, we'll catch you next time.